The 2024 Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame inductees. Congratulations, it's an honor to be here and share this great day with you. So I congratulate you for your induction into the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame. I want to thank Scott Crawford and his great staff for making this weekend awfully special for me and my family. It has been tremendous. You've done a great job, and you've certainly made me feel a part of St. Mary's. This is our first trip to St. Mary's, and I can promise you it won't be our last. Thank you. I'm nervous. Oftentimes, in the course of these speeches, you're going to hear the inductees talk about people that have impacted their lives and helped them follow their dreams and their pursuits, and at some point in their life made a great decision. For me, that's my best friend and my wife for 49 years, Arlene. I thank you for your unwavering support, great decisions. I can always count on you for comfort, advice and encouragement. Thank you. I love you. Also with me today is my son Casey, my lovely daughter-in-law Jennifer, and 3 beautiful granddaughters. Zoe, Lauren, and Edie. Some of my dearest friends from New Jersey made the trip up here to share this day with me, and I thank you for coming. 2 of the greatest young boys I ever met. I met in accident at Rogers Center one night after a very long and boring game. I was in a jam-packed elevator with a whole bunch of fans, and they were all as bored as I was. They just wanted to get down to the bottom floor and go home. And the door opened up, and young Miles screamed from his wheelchair, "Oh my God, it's Buck Martinez!" Miles and Elliot are here with me today with their parents, Jennifer and Joe. Thank you very much. I appreciate you being here. When I got off that elevator, I was re-energized by the spirit of Miles and Elliot. After the game, I called Arlene and said, I met these 2 wonderful boys in the elevator, and they were so happy to see me, and they told everybody in the elevator how great I was. And she said, did you get their name? Did you get their phone number? I said, no, everything happened so fast, I didn't. So on the next night, I talked about that situation on air, and actually Miles and Elliot were watching. I have a great video of them watching that broadcast, and Elliot tapping Miles on the shoulder saying, they're talking about you. They got in contact with me, and we're still great pals today. So thank you all for being here. So eloquently pointed out, Jack Graney and I have a lot in common. He was the first player to move into the play-by-play broadcast for a major league team. And me, like Jack, was a broadcaster a lot longer than I ever played. I knew that was going to be the case. I was fortunate to play a long time in the majors. 1981, I got released by the Milwaukee Brewers. I was in Sacramento at my parents' home. Pat Gillick, the general manager, called my parents' house and said, the Toronto Blue Jays have traded for Buck Martinez. Arlene's first question was, where do you have spring training? She hated Florida, she hated Arizona, wanted to go back to Florida. So when she heard Florida, she said, we accept the trade. We will be there. But when I first got to Toronto on a cold and rainy night in May, actually, the exhibition stadium met Pat Gillick, and I thought, well, this is going to be the end. I'll be here 1 year. Little did I know it was only the beginning. I was fortunate to play 6 years in Toronto under Bobby Maddox, Bobby Cox, and Jimmy Williams. At the end of my final season, 1986, they called me in the office on the Monday after the season. And generally, after 17 years, you know when you're asked to come in the office after the season, kind of really good news. So I went in the office and met with Pat, Paul Beeson, Jimmy Williams. Pat always gets emotionally tied to his players. he was hemming and hawing, and well, I don't know how to tell you this, but we're not going to bring you back next year. I said, Pat, I know that. I got 6 wonderful years here. And then Beeston, as only Beeston could say, is, Albert, you want to do TV? And I said, no, I think I'm going to go play again. So I got home and told Doreen about the meeting. I said, no, I turned down the TV job. She said, call him back. You can't play anymore. One of the great decisions. So as Rob mentioned, my first job was with TSN. Wonderful leadership crew. Gordon Craig, Jim Thompson with Grace. They allowed me to grow as a color commentator and were patient with me as I waded my way through television for the first time. Also had a great producer, Rick Breach Jr., who helped me and made sure that I never went on the air less than 100% prepared. He and I are still great friends today, and he was responsible for me being back in Canada as he hired me to work at Rogers Sportsnet, doing the play-by-play with Pat and Lance Molnix. So many great years together. I also had great support from Rob Porte and Dave Tredget at Rogers Sportsnet. They supported me through some tough times, some illness, and they were always there by my side. They helped me so much. People ask me all the time about get up, get out of here, and gone. I don't do that anymore. I like to, but I don't do it anymore. But that was a tribute to the great Bob Uecker in Milwaukee. That was a huge radio call for the Brewers, and I just kind of used it as a tribute to him. He's still broadcasting, still the voice of the Brewers to this day, and I enjoyed working with him. At TSN, I had wonderful partners. My play-by-play announcers, first Fergie Oliver, then Jim Houston, and now Dan Shulman, of course. They were all professional in their approach, and they made sure we were at our best each and every day. And I guess it tells you how long I've been broadcasting. When I broke Dan in, and now I'm making in Brendan. Breaking in Ben Shulman, excuse me, his son. Baseball has taken me all over the world. Canada, the United States, Japan, Puerto Rico. I've been fortunate to do so many games. World Baseball Classic, I've been part of each and every one of them. And Ernie, thank you for the loss. Canada. Ernie was managing Canada when I was managing USA in Arizona. But finally, in closing, I know we've got a lot of wonderful people you're going to hear from today. But I want to thank you fans. You've embraced me from day one as a player, and I'll never forget my first day running on the exhibition field. I went down the bullpen, and somebody from the stand said, "Are you the new back catcher?" I said, "What the hell is that?" "Can I see your Decker?" "Excuse me?" That exhibition stadium was phenomenal. Great place, and then of course we moved into Rogers Inner Skyline at the time. But to you fans, I want to thank you for the great support you've given me over the years. Yes, a couple of years ago I got some rough news. There was something going on, I needed to see the doctors. And fortunately for me, I saw the best doctors in the world. I had the great support of my wife and my family. And all those wonderful messages I got from all those hundreds of people from across Canada, screaming of encouragement, support, screaming out, "You got this." And I thank you for that because we kicked its ass. And finally, I'm very fortunate to work for a great company, work for great fans. I love you for your support. I'm honored and humbled to work for you. Thank you very much.